Hey, Coach B here talking to you from Haven Gym in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And I got a great question. This is a question that tons of clients, prospective new ones, current members of ours, this is something that they're asking constantly. And it's what workout routine is best for your core muscles on a daily basis? So I think it's a great question because we're all chasing in some way, shape, or form the six pack, the four pack, the two pack, the flat pack, whatever you want to call it, right? We all want to look better in our dresses. We all want to look better in our suits, in our ties, in our work shorts, and on the beach or, well, in the bedroom, right? And if we want to look better in the mirror, then we have to understand a couple of truths, and some of those truths might go against the grain of what we've seen on TikTok now, or on YouTube, or on social media, or even what your buddies, your girls and guys tell you about what they think might be best for you. And even some coaches might think that what I'm about to say is silly because it goes contrary to what they're marketing and what they're trying to sell. And with that being said, I think we should first start off with defining, well, what is our desired end state? And as in anything, whether it's business, whether it's your career, whether it's you looking to make more money, improve your credit score, say run a mile, if you're looking to, say, get a more sculpted ab and core and midsection, then, well, you have to solve for that and you have to work backwards from that. Just as if you were doing an algebra problem and you had two variables, 3 plus x equals 5. Well, what's the missing variable? In this case, x would be number 2. So what is x in us trying to get a more attractive midsection? It's the following. This unconventional truth that you cannot spot reduce. There's so many videos that you'll see, whether they're 15-second rules or 10-minute workouts on YouTube, where you'll see, three belly blasting exercises, and it's anything between regular crunches to something more challenging like a weighted sit up, or something, for lack of better words, completely stupid and ridiculous, like do jumping jacks on a Bozu ball while you do some leg raises hanging from a bar, something stupid like that, right? And those type of videos, they're very attractive. They drive a lot of views, they drive a lot of shares, they drive a lot of watch time. So they get pushed to the forefront, especially because they're flashy. And they also tend to drive some sales because, well, when you get those many views and that much traffic, and you include at the very end of it some sort of call to action like, hey, DM me or fill out my coaching form so I can get in touch and I can help you, be your coach and help you lose the belly fat. But the reality is that that's not the way that belly fat burning works. As you see here on the wall, these are just some of our testimonials. All these guys and girls, they did some form of crunches, of direct ab work, weighted crunches, direct abdominal work. But what drove, say, their fat loss, aside from nutrition, because this video we're not even going into nutrition, right? Aside from nutrition, but on the training floor, it was movements that caused overall body fat burning. And you might have heard this before, but there's no such thing as, what's it called? Spot reduction. So in other words, if you want to tone your tricep, your underarm area here, right? You don't shrink it, quote unquote, by doing tricep extensions. Now, that doesn't mean that if you bench and you do tricep extensions that you're not going to tone and sculpt the muscle underneath, so that as you burn the body fat, not directly at the tricep level, but across systemically the entire body, then guess what? As the tricep fat shrinks, you now get to see more of that nice, beautiful, sexy, strong, if you're a man in this case, horseshoe or tricep or underarm area, so that when you put on your dress and you slip it on, it looks nice and beautiful. But you did that because you were burning body fat across your entire body. And that applies as well to the belly. And so what I want you to understand here is that you can crunch until you're blue in the face, as the saying goes, until you pass out. You can follow all these sort of Instagram, TikTok, 30-second, 3-minute, 30-minute at-home workout routines or at the gym routines, whatever it is, you're not going to see the results you want. And it's a big waste of time. If you do purchase some sort of product or coaching service because of that, then I'm sad to say that it is going to be a waste of money. And you should either get your money back, or if that's not possible, move on to the next thing, which is going to be an evidence-based approach to evidence-based and also experience-based approach towards losing belly fat. And it's the following way. It's by reducing body fat across the spectrum so that belly fat ensues. That being said, now the question is okay, well, coach, how do I lose body fat across the entire body? Well, the way you're going to do that is by prioritizing a couple of things. Number one, nutrition for sure. Like the saying goes, abs are made in the kitchen. You want to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. So there's a couple of formulas out there. You could use I'll put it on here on the screen or link it in the description below. Catch-McArdle equation, Harris-Benedict equation. And they'll give you rough numbers for how many calories you should eat in a day versus how much you're burning, so that you're in a 300, 500, 700 calorie deficit, which will help you burn body fat, because body weight is controlled by how many calories we consume versus how many calories we burn. Now, and I won't go into too super details for that because that could deserve a whole nother video, but the point is first, get your nutrition right. Or say maybe you're not too focused on your nutrition, you're just cleaning it up, you're not counting calories. Okay, again, the focus of this video and this podcast is on what do we do in the training floor. What you are going to do, my dear beautiful viewer, or handsome viewer, whoever the hell you are, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and focus on compound free weight exercises. I'm talking the barbell back squat. I'm talking about dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. I'm talking about hammer strength bench press machines, although that isn't technically a free weight, but it's similar enough to a regular bench. Flat barbell bench presses, Yates rows. You'll want to focus on these big compound movements that by definition are called compound because you're engaging not one muscle, not just the tricep, like in a tricep extension, or the bicep in a bicep curl, but you're engaging the chest, the shoulder, the tricep, and the core when you're standing up and you're doing a nice 45-pound overhead barbell press. If you're a woman, you're sculpting all those arms, the under, the shoulder, the nice chest area, while at the same time, because you're engaging so many muscles, and you're burning so many calories that you're driving belly fat melting, not just on the arm section or the upper body section, but across the entire body, including the midsection, which is the point and purpose of the video, which is answering the question of how do we burn belly fat by doing most of your movement on the gym with free weight compound exercises. That's number one. Number two, you could use cardio as a bonus, right? You can go ahead and prioritize high intensity interval training, which are short bursts of workout circuits, such as, say, kettlebell swings, followed by burpees, followed by an active rest period of jogging, for example, right? There's a bunch of different ways you can do this. Different modalities such as Tabata, EMOM, AMRAP. There's all sorts of different things, right? But point is HIIT. They fall underneath the umbrella of HIIT. And you want to prioritize that over low intensity, steady state cardio, such as jogging for 6 miles or being on the Stairmaster for 30 minutes, because that has its place. But there comes a point where too much of this creates a catabolic effect on the body, which personal trainer talk basically just means a muscle breaking down, say, response in the body. And again, I am assuming here that we want to sculpt the abs. We want to make sure that, say, we're not creating I'm assuming here that we're trying to create a physique that is lean, toned, curvy, athletic, and strong, and, well, beautiful, right? And if we want to create this strong, athletic, beautiful physique that we so desire and as we define it, then we want to make sure that we're engaging in workouts and not in cardio that's going to destroy that muscle building ability, that physique building ability, which could be caused by having too many, say, sessions of running 6 miles per day, running whatever it might be. Yeah, my garage band just went crazy for a second. But anyways, we don't want to do excessive cardio because in a nutshell, it eats away at our muscles. So what we should prioritize is HIIT. We can do that at least 3-4 times a week, short burst, 5-10 minutes maybe. And then as a little extra added bonus, you can add low intensity steady state Stairmaster, elliptical, treadmill of your choice to give you a little boost of fat burning. But that's minimal. The bulk of your focus should be calorie deficit in the kitchen, compound movements in the gym, progressive overload there, and then followed by some isolation work like bicep curls, tricep extensions, hip abductions on the machine to grow your glutes, and then also say HIIT and lifts. Now, that being said, that's the way that you were trained in the gym so that you can go ahead in order of priority from calorie deficit to compounds to isolations to HIIT to lifts for you to create the sculpted abs you want. But coach, you have yet to talk about, well, what about my abs? I know you said we were going to talk about building sculpted abs, and I haven't yet once heard you say a crunch besides talking crap about them at the very beginning. And you're right and you're wrong, because I will talk about direct abdominal work, and they are not crap. They are just crap, like a lot of things in fitness, depending on the situation, the client, and the trainee. So it's still important. Check this out. It's still important for you to directly hit the abs, because and listen to this, you want to have something to show for by the end of all your cutting, by the end of all your belly fat burning and melting. Well, because imagine this. Imagine that you don't touch the abs once at all. Yes, you are getting some indirect work when you're activating the core on a bench press or a deadlift more so, or a squat, but you're not building that muscle underneath the layer of belly fat. What's going to happen? You'll have a flat stomach, but it's not going to look tight. It's not going to look toned. It's not going to look as sculpted or, say, as muscular as you might want it to look like. And that presents a problem because, okay, now you just cut, but now you got a little bit of a flabby stomach. So what do we do about that? What we do about that is, besides working them indirectly through compound movements, is we hit each and every single individual muscle group in the abs, the core. And what are they? There's 3, little bonus 4th if we want to expand our definition of the core. But the 3, which are the abs proper, are the rectus abdominis, or the 6/8 these muscles right here in the front. And then the obliques, which are the side abs, which are that nice little V as you go ahead and cut up more. And then also the transverse abdominis, or the deep inner abdominal wall that many consider to be like nature's waist trainer or a weight belt or corset. And they call it that because it has a natural effect of, say, especially when it's strong and conditioned, of pulling your gut in, of pulling your abs in so that you have a nice flat stomach, right? And then fourthly, the lumbar erectors, which are the lower back muscles that improve your posture. We can consider them the core too, because they are very helpful in supporting the rest of your core and improving low back problems. And well, it's also really nice when you have like those little, say, muscles on the lower back, right? And anyways, those are your 3/+1 muscles that you want to train in the core. And how do we train them? What do we do? How often do we train them, right? We can train them every single day. They're made up of slow twitch muscle fibers, which are basically muscles that are used for posture or endurance activities in human, kinesiology, which, for lack of better words, it's, let me see how I can say it simply. The way that we're built is our abs are endurance muscles because they need to keep us upright all day. They need to protect our guts from spilling out all day. They need to be used almost at every single second, like I am right now sitting in this chair so that I can sit up upright. So it's not like the chest where if I bench every single day for a month straight, I'm going to tear, get an injury, lose my shoulder, have it donated to the Red Cross or whatever it is. It's not like that, right? We can train the core every single day. So that's as far as frequency. Number 2, you also want to make sure that, consider this, even though you can train them every single day, and this is the caveat, especially if you're bulking or you're looking to gain weight because you have a small midsection, but you're looking to make it more muscular. And I think this could possibly apply more to men because they tend to like those, bigger, thicker 6-packs. We tend to like that more. But as a woman, if you want to do it too, cool, whatever your cup of tea is. Then you want to engage in some hypertrophic work or hypertrophy work, which is, say, doing 3 sets of 8 to 12, 3 sets of 10 to 20, and adding on weight and doing progressive overload on the abs. You don't just want to be, say, doing 100 rep crunches 5 times a week. That's unnecessary. That's unneeded, you know? And likewise, even if you're just, although it is more important when you're bulking because that's when you're really going to see that growth response in the abs, even when you're just cutting and slimming down, it makes more sense to use a little bit of weight and do something within the rep ranges of, say, 6 to 20, maybe even 30 if you want to push it on crunches, side flexions, captain's knee raises, hanging bar leg raises, bicycles. You want to make sure that you're within that range so that, one, you're not wasting your time or possibly giving yourself an overuse injury by doing, again, 300 crunches every single day and, you know, feeling unnecessarily and unwisely proud for doing something as silly but well-intentioned as that, right? So given those considerations, if I were to give you some sort of routine, I'll put it up here on the screen. But a great routine, let's say on a daily basis, would be weighted side flexions. Let's say 3 by 8 to 12. You get a nice heavy dumbbell, depending what heavy means to you. Could be 20, could be 15, could be 30, could be 70, whatever it is. Probably going to be at 50. Let's say you're at 30 to 50 pounds, right? And you side flex. You side flex. You do 8 to 12 on one side. You do 8 to 12 on the other side. Now you hit your obliques. Then what are you going to do? Go to the grab to the dumbbell or medicine ball rack, get a dumbbell, get a medicine ball, and do a sit-up with the weight, hugging it, right? Bonus points if you go on a decline. Now you're working the rectus abdominis, right? You're loading them with some weight and some resistance. Now that's the rectus abdominis. What about the deep inner abdominal wall? Although it does receive a lot of, say, indirect work if you're doing the proper Valsalva maneuver or proper bracing when you're doing compound movements, doesn't hurt to do some old school classic Arnold Schwarzenegger style deep inner abdominal wall tummy vacuums. 3 sets of 10, hold it for 5 seconds, bring your belly all the way tight in, hold that bad boy, keep it right there, and stay there 5 seconds on, 5 seconds off. Do that for 10 to 12 reps or 8 to 12 reps. You just hit all 3 different aspects or muscle groups of the core. Now, bonus points, do some weighted back extensions. It's going to work your glutes, but it's also going to work your lumbar erectors directly. Now, you have a great little routine right there. Obviously, you might want to, you'd be wise to switch that up. How you would do that, that's more of a programming basis. On a future video, I can go more into that. But that's in a nutshell. Well, not in a nutshell, but that's essentially the answer to what workout routine is best for your core muscles on a daily basis. I know it took us a while to get to there, but instead of me just giving you a routine, I wanted to educate you a little bit further so that, one, you're not taken advantage of by con artists or sleazy marketing, sleazy sales, manipulative marketing, instead of ethical and considerate and caring coaching, which of course uses sales and marketing to go ahead and help you understand, help communicate the value of what it is that you're going to be buying, but in a way that's grounded in, well, for lack of better words, truth and honesty and evidence-based and actual care and consideration for, 1, the client, 2, the audience, and 3, the market. So if I could put this in a nutshell, you cannot spot reduce. You burn body fat all over. And the best way you burn it all over is by doing a calorie deficit outside the gym, and in the gym, focusing most of your time, 80% of your time, on compound movements, and then 20% of the time on isolations, and a little bit less time on, say, hits, and a little bit less on lifts. And then you want to make sure you have something to show for, and you have something sculpted by going ahead and working directly on your abs, which is the routine that I gave you, a sample right there, and working all 3 + 1 muscle groups of the abs so that by the time that you finish cutting, you get to look at your physique, whether you're in a bikini, whether you're in a suit, whether you're in a shirt or a dress, doesn't matter. You get to look at yourself and you get to say, God damn it, I like how the fuck I look. And with that being said, I hope this video and this podcast was helpful for you. If you are in the Elizabeth or Greater Union County area in New Jersey, then go ahead and give us a call. I forget what our number is. I think it's 908-314-0232. I'll put it up on their screen once I verify and I act like a proper business owner by knowing my own business's phone line. But I'll put that there, and you go ahead if you are interested in a free no sweat intro consultation where you come on in and we discuss discuss. You'll speak with me how I can specifically help you out and which transformation program will be best for you. Then come on in. Free no sweat intro. You come on in. No obligation to purchase, but if you find that, hey, listen, I need this and this is going to change my life, like I would like to think so too, then great, right? We go from there. And if not, you can also just let me know if you want a free nutrition guide. I'll go ahead and put that in the link below, and I'll have that delivered to your email directly. So God bless. I still have not thought about an outro, but I guess my outro would just be, keep working hard. And whether you're watching this in the morning or at night or whatever it is, I hope you have a wonderful morning, or I hope you have a wonderful night. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.